Hey folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail. Time for us to set off on 7.1 after we had that little Byakko interruption, which is 7.1. But yeah, the details. A royal invitation. It is a pleasure as always, Arya. Have you been able to relax lately? Wonderful! As busy as you have been with the rite of succession among other things, you deserve an opportunity to experience Tuliol at a more leisurely pace. Sampling the tacos at Jabali Thai is one such way to do so. They're made the traditional way and laden with feelings. They're absolutely sublime. If you have an empty stomach, the owner, Wuk Lamat, will look after you. Okay, off we go. But first... Hi, Wandering Minstrel. Wait. Queen Eternal. So, what have you brought for me today? The trials and tribulations of Queen Sphene, who was confronted with many a difficult decision as she sought to protect the citizens of her nation, Alexandria. In that realm, people regard souls as merely a resource. When they die, the ether of their memories is used to create the endless simulacra of the departed that can only be sustained with a life force harvested from the living. Being so very different from what we know, such a way of life is difficult for us to accept. Indeed, it seemed only inevitable that you should come into conflict with Sphene. She herself was not among the living, but an entity brought forth to fulfill a certain objective, and therein, I believe, lay the root of this tale's tragedy. Recreated from the noblest of souls though she was hopeless to defy the purpose to which she had been bound, protecting the endless no matter the cost. Thus did she continue on her destructive path, though she knew it led only to a dead end. Question if you may, my friend. Deep in your heart, do you believe that the Sphene whom you met was alive? Oh, she was... I'm not sure. See, though her existence different much from the living, precisely what does it mean to be alive is no easy thing to define. I thank you for your honest answer. I shall take it to heart. For my part, whether or not she was possessed of life, I believe that there existed an individual called Sphene who cared deeply for her people, who heard the voices of her people, felt as they did, and thought only for their welfare. That is why, at battle's end, she returned as the gentle soul you knew. But here, thought fills me with dread. What if that soul failed to return and the fearsome entity she had become continued its relentless onslaught? Might it have succeeded in this objective and plundered life force from other realities at the cost of untold destruction? Such a possibility, shall I sing that we might give thanks for the path we were mercifully spared. By golden light, two rulers walked their paths in conflict lying. One bound to slay, one sworn to save, they forged ahead untiring. The memories of departed days endure as fate and feathers. For keepers staunch a blessed warmth, oblivion for the breakers. Minstrel's ballad, Sphene's Burden, is now accessible. So yes, EX3 is out, and also I was just realizing as we were in there, I should probably make it not be on French voices. Wouldn't be the first time. Yes. Anyways, let's go speak with Wuk Lamat. Well, if it isn't Arya alone today, Arya. I see. If you have a hankering for tacos and they're on the house, consider it a token of gratitude for your help tracking down those treasures. Go ahead and find a table. I'll bring you your meal as soon as it's ready. I mean, the role quest I haven't done yet. You still love tacos, I hope. You ate so many when you turned 5, you could barely move afterwards. Remember that? No, not really. That was 30 years ago for me. Right, sorry. It's still strange for me too. Just the other day, you were a little boy, cleaned your mother's skirts, and you set up for Yasulani, and now you're a man grown with a face full of hair. Even so, I knew you were my son the instant I saw you. We're still family. You can always rely on me. Relying, that feels like the only thing I'm doing right now on you and everyone else. Can't even start a fire without assistance at my new job. Back in Alexandria, we had electrope. If I needed a fire, all I had to do was press a button. Everything was at our fingertips. But here I'm helpless, a culinarian who can't even light the stove. The way the others in the kitchen stared at me, God, I never felt so embarrassed. I'm sorry to hear that. I haven't told the tales, but it seems life is really different within a dome. My wife and children. I was thinking to have them join me once things had settled, but at this rate... I say you send for them. If they're your family, then they're mine too. I'll do whatever's necessary to make it work. I did mean to overhear, but it seems you're having trouble readjusting to life in Twilio. Wuk Lamat. To aid folks like yourself, we've established a support group at the Wing of Reflection. There you can learn the skills you need to live outside the dome. It isn't easy being back, I know, but I'm hopeful that they can make things easier. That's exactly what I need. I'll definitely seek this group out, and I'll bring my family with me. Thank you. Oh, look who it is! I was just about to go and find you, Arya. Don't mind the company, I hope. I could use a bite to eat myself. The tacos here never disappoint. So, what have you been up to lately? Been making a name for myself at the Arcadian. You're fighting the arena in Alexandria? By facing off against tough opponents, I'd wager you've honed your skills even further. As for myself, I'm being kept busy with duties at the palace, but whenever I find a moment, I like to walk the streets and talk to the people. That way I can better understand the problems they have and share them with Kona to figure out solutions. I was on one such walk just now, and as I mentioned, I was hoping to find you. Kona and I have something we want to discuss with you as Dawn servants. You have time to come to the palace. Great, I'll go on ahead. Please come and join us once you finish here. Mr. Taria, it's always an honor. Val Kona has stepped away to attend to a pressing matter, but he should join you within before long. Oh, you're all here too? Val Kona summoned us, though if truth be told, Alphino and I have been seeing him quite regularly of late. He asked us to share our knowledge of Honish culture, you see, in hopes of further strengthening your alliance. We were, of course, happy to oblige him. Prowl and I were likewise summoned, although otherwise we've been carrying on with our work compiling information on the Golden City. My grandfather embarked on his investigation 20 years ago. With our report, we shall finish what he started. Lest you wonder, Thancred and Urianger have left to resume their tour of Tyrol. Ishtola, meanwhile, is back to researching cross-drift travel. She was here just a few days ago to get Kona's permission to investigate living memory. By the way, she mentioned wanting to take a look at the key in your keeping at some point. If the look she had in her eyes was any indication, I suggest you brace yourself for when she comes calling. You're likely to be stuck with her for a while. As for Justinian, we know neither where he is nor what he is doing. Some things never change. My apologies for the delay. Think nothing of it. We took advantage of the time to catch up. So, what can we do for you? Hopefully present company is enough for whatever it is you need. The matter for which I have summoned you pertains to Alexandria. A state funeral will soon be held in Solution 9 to mourn the passing of Queen Sphene. King Gulaja and his administration have invited us to attend. While certain issues remain unresolved between our nations, such as the treatment of Yasulani, I see no reason not to attend. For generations, the Alexandrians live without even the awareness of death. I wouldn't have expected them to have funeral rites still. Apparently, the members of Oblivion unearthed records for ceremonies that were conducted in the Alexandria of old. It was they who put forth the proposal that the queen be thus honored. Leave it to that lot to think of such things. The people of Alexandria no longer forget the departed. They're being confronted with the idea of death for the first time. I suspect our friends wanted to do something for them. Though Sphene was but a simulacrum, she was nevertheless a pillar for her people. The pain of her passing must run deep. Indeed, a funeral will give Alexandrians the chance to come together to express their grief, that they might overcome it. I wasn't sure at first, but I decided to go. Not only to be there for Gulaja, but to put this chapter behind us. That I requested your presence was none other than to see if you wish to attend the funeral. You knew Sphene as well, after all. Sometimes I wonder if there wasn't another way. You and me both, but we made our choices and are responsible for what comes of them. As vow, I'll attend the funeral in an official capacity. I owe it to the Alexandrian people to bear witness to their grief. I'd like it if you could be there to watch over everything, like you did all throughout the Rite of Succession. I feel the rest of us should go too. Regardless of the reason, the fact remains that we deprived Alexandria of a beloved ruler. It's only right that we remember who Sphene was, to her people and to others, so let us stand with you. It is decided. Let's head to Solution 9 and look for Gulaja in the back room. right, you came for the funeral. Of course, I'm the only one who will officially take part, though. The others will watch over the proceedings. So, how have you been? It's been a while since my last visit. I'm good. Shale is always teaching me new things. Recently, I've learned about Everkeep's systems and the mechanical soldiers. It's knowledge I'll need to use my authority properly. Studious as always, I see. By way of a treat, I've brought you gâteau au chocolat. It's a kind of cake. I think you'll like it. Thank you, Lamati, and thank you for coming. I've never been to a funeral before, so I feel less nervous having you here. Out of curiosity, what's the custom in Alexandria? In our world, it's common to offer flowers to the departed. It's much the same here according to the records. Flowers will be distributed to all attendees. Considering that all the worlds used to be one, the practice of offering flowers may well share the same ancient origin. Fascinating. Fascinating, wouldn't you say? Yeah. Yeah. So, they have updated quest reward stuff. You now don't have to do it. It'll be like, yay, you have to select a reward. And I'll be like, yay, I'll select a reward. I can just do it and not have to deal with the other nonsense. Yay! Alexandria mourns. The flowers are being handed out at Praxis Park. I'm thinking of heading over there now. We'll join you. There is a man I would like to speak with. Golson? He was apparently Sphene's aide and the one who sent us the invitation. Come on, let's go. Why, I'm about Wuk Lamat of Tuliol. I was about to say of Lamati. Of Tuliol. Thank you for extending us an invitation to Queen Sphene's funeral. We are honored, truly. I had seen you before from a distance, but never had the pleasure. I'm Gosan, former chief aide to the Queen. Since her passing, I've been responsible for administering affairs of state. Can we get our flowers here? Yes, Your Majesty. The flowers are being handed out at the counter yonder alongside the regulators. What? We need to wear regulators for the funeral? Ah, rest assured they are not a requirement. We're aware your people do not use them. You see, people in the Alexandria of old wore tokens of mourning upon their persons when attending funerals. As such tokens were black, it was suggested that we might wear regulators painted the same color. We've yet to produce enough for everyone, but we're distributing them as we are able. I see. Yet regular, no, the important thing is that we remember Queen Sphene. Remember her and her kindness as you make an offering of your flower. I will. Proceedings will soon begin in this plaza. Please take your place once you have your flower.
Although we are gathered here for the same reason, we hail from different lands. Some were born and raised in the Alexandria of old, while others came to us from Tuliolal. It was from this union of diverse peoples that a new Alexandria was born. the only home that our younger generation knows. How did we overcome the barriers between us? What moved us to join hands in common purpose beneath crackling skies? You know the answer. We survived. We thrived because Queen Sphene brought us together. Inspired and encouraged by her boundless kindness, we strove to be better, for ourselves as well as those around us. And in Her Majesty's absence, there is a sadness beyond words. Yet we will remember her. Remember all the good that she has done for us. So let us pray, as the people of the Old Kingdom once did, for the peaceful repose of the departed. And let us keep our beloved Queen forever in our hearts, that her memory might guide us unto the morrow. Would that I could find solace in my own words.
Was Queen Sphene taken to the cloud?
She must have been. To still remember her is strange, isn't it, darling?
I miss her. She would always cheer me up when I was down. But even though I remember her, I'll never see her again. That doesn't make sense.
It seems that's what it means to die, I'm afraid.
But what will happen to us? Are we just going to be sad forever?
What will happen indeed? Everything that we have, we owe to Queen Sphene. How are we to go on without her?
I still remember Her Majesty so clearly. If only I didn't, I might feel better about the future of our realm.
Perhaps we should also consider moving to Tuliolo. The journey won't be easy, but it'd be better than staying here in uncertainty.
In times like these, I take comfort in the beliefs of a Turali people called the Yokui. To them, death isn't the end. So long as we're remembered, we never truly die. It could be the same for Queen Sphene, you know? If you keep her alive in your hearts, she'll always be with you.
But we still won't be able to see her, right? I don't want to think about that. I wish I could just forget instead of having to feel like this.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to impose. Please, mourn your queen however you see fit. As expected, they struggle to come to terms with their loss. I hope they can find a way to move forward.
It's not only grief that weighs on them, but worry for the future. Bereft of their queen, how will they proceed?
True. But with that at least, we're not powerless to help. What is it, Guloja?
I was wondering, is it better to remember or forget someone when they're dead? I remember my father, and every time I think of him, it hurts. It's the same with Queen Sphene. Knowing that she's gone makes me feel sad. But it's different with my mother. I never knew her, so I don't feel as bad. I want to remember my father, but maybe I'd be better off forgetting him.
Guloja.
Why don't we continue this somewhere else?
Hey, Guluja, do you really know nothing at all about your mother? Jail searched the system for information on residents, but the only Mamolja she found listed were my father and me. Even if she died and was erased from people's memories, she should have been there, but she wasn't. Well, that you're here means she was here too, inside the dome. There can't be any other way about it. You want to know your mother? I think so. Even if it makes me feel sad, I want to know her. So I want to try looking again, and if I don't find anything this time, I'll give up. I see. Well, if that's what you want. Then I'll help you. I'd like to help as well, and I believe I speak for the others too. But I can't bother you with this. You already came for the funeral. We came here not only for the funeral, but to see whether all was well in Alexandria. We're not about to leave just yet. Besides, in seeking to learn about your mother, we're bound to learn about your father as well. By retracing the steps of this man who kept his own counsel, we may gain knowledge that can serve the people of Alexandria. Alright, thank you everyone. However, we'll help Gulasha next time. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider tossing a like, comment, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. Also consider checking out the description below, various links, social media, Discord, come hang out, get notifications there as well. And until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Bye!